Hey there, Jesse Moore.
Fred Boskus.
And we are in an interesting time in the real estate market. Things are shifting pretty dramatically. It used to be that on a short sale file, we would request a valuation, and in the time that an appraisal was done or a BPO was done, to the time where a negotiator made a decision on a file, the market could have contracted by 1%, and so we might have an approval and then at a higher value than what the property is worth. And that's changed because our market here has in the Northwest has hit the bottom and is starting to increase a little bit on the value side. And what we're seeing then on the values, we're having to be in control of this. That doesn't mean our valuation problems go away, right?
Means actually probably multiply.
Right. So what we're seeing is that maybe BPO agents or appraisers are giving they're actually, because of the accelerated market, they're actually giving properties too much value.
Some inflation, yeah.
Yeah, and so we've had to fight pretty hard recently to fight unrealistic valuations on short sale properties. And let me explain why this is important. If we are trying to, on behalf of the seller, we're trying to get them out of the home through a short sale, all the bank really asks, they ask a lot of things, but what they want to know for sure is that you're not discounting the property unnecessarily. They want to know they're getting as close to market value for this to agree to a short payoff as possible. And so they order an appraisal or they order a valuation from an agent called a BPO, and once that happens, we have to be pretty close to that number.
Right.
But we have some tricks, up our sleeves. So we're going to share a few of those just to kind of show our knowledge of the market and of this process. So step one, I would say, is know your BPO agents.
Definitely.
And I think this is twofold. There are several agents in our market. I bet there's a few hundred agents that do BPOs in the Puget Sound area. That's a lot of BPO agents.
It is.
Now there's a few that probably 10 to 20, maybe 50, that all they do is BPOs.
Right.
And those are good agents to know. Right?
Definitely.
Because if we have a lot of short sales and they do a lot of BPOs,
odds are we're going to cross paths with them on multiple occasions.
Right. And so we try to treat BPO agents as civilly as possible, and give them as much information as we can and try to help them out in any way that we can. And so I think that's the step one would be know your BPO agent, know who's doing BPOs in your area, and make sure you have a good working relationship with them. Even in your own office. In our own office, we know who does BPOs for different companies. And so when we actually had a situation where asset manager for a specific lien holder called us to gain access to a property, and through that discussion, I found out the name of the asset management company, and I knew which agents in my office were approved with that asset manager. And so we were actually able to help them decide to use one of those agents in valuing our property.
And the advantage to that was we had good rapport with them. Obviously, they're in our office. So they made it a priority, so we were able to get it done quickly. And they also knew kind of what our target was.
Well, and they know our reputation.
Right.
They know that we're not out there to defraud anybody, and that we sell a lot of homes and we sell a lot of short sales, and we know what we're doing. So the other thing is being able to, once a value comes in that may be too high, is knowing how to fight that.
Right.
And Fred's been doing a lot of that recently. And that requires that you have some knowledge and I have some knowledge about BPOs and the process and how the bank values a property versus how you and I value a property.
Right. In fact, we've actually encountered a couple situations recently where the lender has asked us to do a BPO on our own property.
Yeah. So that's what we want to talk about today, is just that as far as the BPO process or the valuation process goes, because we sell so many homes and because we sell so many short sales, we have that part down pretty well. But it's an essential part of the short sale process, and it's important that if you're thinking about short selling your home, that your agent is familiar and knows how to navigate those BPO waters, those valuation waters, to get you the best result.
Because otherwise you could face huge delays.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.